If you want to live in downtown Kansas City, then this house is one of the most insane houses I've ever seen, because at the top of this house, you get this incredible view. And if you stick around until the very end, we're going to tour every inch of this awesome house. But in the meantime, we're going to take you all around downtown Kansas City, because hey, if you're cool and you want to be hip and you want all the trendiest stuff, you can live right in downtown for a surprisingly affordable amount. Here underneath, one of Kansas City's newest attractions, the KC Wheel, and we're actually going to ride it. So we've got a boarding pass. We're gonna go check out all of Kansas City's downtown from way up there. And hopefully, you know, there's way too much to hit from all the things that you can do. So if it was just a Kansas City tour of downtown, we want to see the places to live, but I thought this would be a great vantage point to point out a whole bunch of things that you can do in downtown Kansas City. So we're on the KC Wheel. This is one of Kansas City downtown's newest attractions. Honestly, you know, I was just chatting with Josh about this earlier. I don't think this is the best location-wise, because you don't really get high enough to see all of downtown. I still think this is pretty cool. We brought our kids here maybe like 2 or 3 times and they really enjoy it. But if you look right that way, you can see the Liberty Memorial and the World War I Museum. The reason I chose to go on this wheel for this tour is because then you could see all of downtown, because there's so much here that I can't tell you all about. So I just wanted to get one good vantage point of downtown and one interesting view of downtown. You can see that sloped building. That's the Kaufman Performing Arts Center. They do the Nutcracker there typically. You can see the T-Mobile Center, we'll see later in the video. That's right behind there. Back to the Kaufman Performing Arts Center. The only time we went there was for Bluey, okay? Bluey had a big show and we had a good time, brought the kids there. It was kind of a hoot. Now if you turn around that way, that spire is a TV tower, and right beneath that is downtown's Costco. So for those of you who are, you know, big Costco fans, that's where the Costco is. We're gonna wait until another loop around because I'm gonna point out a couple more things, but the house that we started at, West Side, is right behind me. So you might be able to see the house, you might not, but also right behind me is Boulevard Brewing Company. That is a local brewery. You could get a drink there. They make a ton of good beer. Again, I think I told you in other videos, I'm allergic to all alcohol, so I've never really had a really good like beer that I've really enjoyed, because I get really allergic after and I get this like a rash that makes life really not fun, so I stay away from that. But Boulevard is there and you can grab a bite to eat and grab a beer there. Another thing to point out too, this whole center is called Penway Point, and you can also, if you turn around right now, you can see they have mini golf. So you can bring your kids down here and have a great time mini golfing. Not today because it is hot today. You can see nobody's out there, but you can also see too, as we get a little bit higher, there's Penn Valley Park that's right behind the Liberty Memorial, and there's also the Federal Reserve and the IRS building. If you were to work down there, that's also right behind the Liberty Memorial, and you can see that there too. I've had a couple of clients come to me from the Federal Reserve, and then the grass area underneath is called Penn Valley Park. It's a really nice area that you can take. I think from here you could probably see the Penn Valley Park. I think it's the off-leash dog park. So there's like I said, tons of things to do. You can see Union Station right across from there. Science City is always a kid favorite. Right beyond that is the Crown Center. That's also a kind of like pseudo shopping mall that I've mentioned in some of my videos. You got Sea Life Kansas City. I could go on and on and on about downtown, but all this to say is this is a great vantage point of checking out downtown Kansas City and one of the newer attractions, the KC Wheel. Welcome to Quality Hill. This place is super cute, as you can see. All of these beautiful townhouses, this awesome shade, these courtyards where you can hang out, and again, 5, maybe 10 minutes to everything in downtown. This reminds me of like, you know, some downtown living in like San Francisco or like Boston or something like that, where you're really hip and trendy. You've got like a little dog that sheds all over the place and you put your hair up in a man bun. You know, you work at the Anthropology for like minimum wage for the discount that they could get on their clothes. It didn't make any sense to me, but I figure they would live like right here if they could, okay? This is the type of people that would live in Quality Hill. Type of people who, you know, you don't need glasses, but you wear glasses because it makes you look more sophisticated. That's the type of people that live here. Okay, I may be completely wrong about that. I just completely made that up on the spot. But it's a sweet area. I totally would live here actually, because like I said, I love downtown. We come down here all the time, especially for the gym. We work out at the YMCA, the Kirk Family YMCA, that's right downtown, and it's probably within walking distance from right here. So let's go inside and see what a townhouse in the Quality Hill area looks like. Let's go. So we're inside this condo, and one thing that you're gonna have to get used to if you're not used to condo living, I mean, this took me back when I was first selling condos in the Kansas City area, is these common areas are so, and sometimes still seem kind of weird to me, because you're coming in and this is an apartment building, but you own the units inside of it. So obviously many of you know what a condo is and you're super used to it, but coming from California and growing up in like a single family home, never knew that condo or townhouse living was possible. So one thing that you're gonna wanna read is the condo or townhouse resale certificate. It's gonna tell you everything that you need to know about this particular unit, what conveys, what fees you have to pay. I mean, some of these fees are pretty high, but they also include everything that you could possibly need. Electricity, water, garbage, gas, if you need gas. All of that sometimes is covered, sometimes is not, so you're gonna wanna read that carefully. And then your HOA fees will also typically cover the outside of the building as well. So let's go inside and let's check this out. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that, but you can hear other people in the condo units right next to you. So if you are somebody who wants extreme privacy, this is not gonna be for you. So as you come inside this Quality Hill condo, it's on the 3rd floor. It's got the best view that you could possibly expect for a condo, but really, it's not great. Remember the West Side? Remember other condo buildings in downtown Kansas City? I mean, this is not much. You're looking at this tree. Not to say it's not a nice tree, but you know what? You'd be rather looking at, you know, Crown Center or Union Station or something. So let's turn all the lights and let's check this out. This one is a 2-bed, 1-bath condo unit right in the heart of Quality Hill that is listed right now for, I won't tell you the price until the very end, but you can see you probably need to change out this carpet. I mean, it doesn't smell or anything, but it is a little bit older carpet, but you can see that this is plenty spacious. Depends on if you like these color cabinets, but I would say these cabinets are not in bad condition. You could probably definitely use them for the time being until you decided to paint them or to switch them out. Not my cup of tea, but you know, for you, maybe you like the color pink. You got nice granite countertops. You've got a nice deep sink, cooktop. I mean, it's a pretty simple condo. It's not that complex. It's not that large. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to like big families or anything like that, but there's a few things in this one that I actually think is pretty nice. First is that some condo units in some buildings have whole building like AC and air and everything, and you are kind of dependent on the boiler system or whatever to get your condo cold. Now this is not. You have this area, which is a utility closet. You have your own furnace, you have your own air conditioner, you have your own hot water heater. On this side, you have washer dryer hookup, all in your condo. You don't have to leave anywhere. You don't have to go to any communal washer dryer areas. Now you might need a smaller unit to fit in here, but you have your own unit, which is a great plus in my book. Come out here, and then you can see, of course we've already seen the kitchen, but you can see that it flows nicely into these bedrooms. Now, these bedrooms have something that I think is pretty cool and pretty unique. Remember, you're in a condo, you don't have much room, right? You've got your closet on this side. So let me show you this. And then plenty big, like most areas. So one thing that's really cool is that if you say, hey, if I put a bed here, this is gonna take up the whole space. Well, this is really cool because you flip these up here, you flip this up here, and then this is actually a Murphy bed that tucks away, and it comes down when it's time to sleep. So what's nice is that this is actually built into the wall. So this conveys with the property. Now when you buy real estate, you're buying the land, in this case the walls in, and everything affixed to that. So this is personal property. If the seller were to take this, because it's just sitting on top of the property, you couldn't really say anything at closing. Now you could ask for that nice brass lamp, I guess you could say. I want the brass lamp in the secondary bedroom. But if the seller were to take that and you weren't specifying that that were to stay, that is not a violation of the real estate contract. They could take that. Now, if you look over here, when you want to be observant when you walk into properties, this is actually affixed to the wall. I mean, most Murphy beds have to be because of structural soundness. So they could not take this out unless they specified in a seller's disclosure that they were going to take it out. And the same thing on this side. You can see nice big bedroom, but this is also a Murphy bed as well. So if you kind of open this up here, and then you pull this down, you've got a nice, I think at least a full size, maybe a queen size Murphy bed. This is really nice quality, nicer quality than many that I've seen. And then what's nice is that you've got these on the side here. The only thing that I think I wouldn't like about this is you pretty much have to make your bed every day. And in order to fold this up, because if you don't, and you have a big ball of blankets, like I leave my bed, sorry Emily, you know, I know she tries to make the bed, but when I get out, I'm just like out, you know, and I don't make the bed. You'd probably have to make the bed for this to kind of go smoothly. So you come up, bring it back up, and you got all sorts of room in your smaller condo unit. Nice quality, great touch. And then you can see on this side, a really great view of Quality Hill. This is the type of area, now it's not right now because it is sweltering hot. It's probably almost 100 degrees outside, you're about to melt. But when it's nice, I guarantee you, you're gonna see tons of people out walking their dogs, going on a walk with their kids, bike rides, all of that stuff. You're gonna see plenty of buzz and plenty of activity in Quality Hill. Like I said before, that, if you can see out there, that I think is the Eastern Orthodox Church. I drive by that every day, not every day, but the days that I go to the YMCA, which unfortunately is not every day. But right in the heart of downtown, accessible to virtually everything that you could possibly want. And it is on the market right now for $232,000. So pretty cheap to live right in the heart of downtown. We're gonna see some more in downtown, so stick around. Plenty of other places to live. And remember that crazy balcony that we started at? We're gonna head back there. But if you want to buy this condo, it is on the market right now. Give us a call, 816-4-MOVE-KC. We are right down the street from T-Mobile Center and Kansas City Power and Light, and we are at the Wall Street Towers. And we're gonna explore the unit that's on the very tip top of this tower. It is an insane view. It's got a ton of amenities in there. It's got a fitness area, it's got a theater. It's actually got one of the sweetest rooftop pools that we're gonna check out. So, I mean, you can look, we're right in the middle of everything. This is super cool. Imagine coming home to this every day, and you're right in the heart and the hubbub of downtown Kansas City. So it doesn't get much better than this. I think this might be my favorite location because, again, I like urban living. So let's go check out top floor, the penthouse unit of the Wall Street Tower. Part of condo living is you've got a common mail area, mail room. So you'd come down here. This is the 4th floor. We're gonna make it all the way up to the actual unit at the 20th floor, which is the top. And this incredible view that you see up there. But you've got this area down there, and this area for the mail down there. You actually have a fitness center and a theater. Unfortunately, they did not provide us the keys, so we can't see that area. But what we can see is if you wanted to host like group parties, you have this kitchen that would be great for just kind of light beverages and refreshments. There's not really any place to cook down here, but if you wanted to reserve this spot, you can. And this is a cool place for a party. This is, again, on the 4th floor, and you can look around, but you have everything that you could possibly need. A huge TV, plenty of places for your guests to sit. This is a sweet party room, I would say. If you lived here and you wanted to get people together and you didn't want them all to be in your condo unit, this would be the place to be. And you can see, I mean, this is a Monday after all, but it's not really that busy. And then follow me out here. You got a patio area out here that you can sit and you can relax and enjoy the view. As you come over here, you can see you've got City Hall right over there. You've got plenty of industrial buildings, business buildings right here. Awesome view from this common patio space. I mean, these are all the amenities that you get with condo living. Of course, on this side, I can see the T-Mobile Center. You can see all of downtown, 1 Light, 2 Light, all of these buildings in Power and Light. And then if you come over here, you can notice, I mean, right now, it's on a Monday, it's sweltering hot. There's nobody out here, so you get this whole place to yourself a lot of the time, but you have plenty of places to throw a party. And then as a golfer, I can appreciate this. As you come over here, you've got this awesome putting green. You could bring your putter out here and practice your putts. 3 holes, plenty of space, and then you can overlook, you got City Hall down there. You're surrounded by downtown. And then too, with the amount of seating that they provide here, you can see all these loungers. I mean, can you just imagine a party? You got the grills out here, you got the showers back there, everything that you could possibly need for a awesome party on the rooftop pool of this condo. And we haven't even seen the actual condo unit yet. So let's go all the way up there and check it out. This video is all about living in downtown. There's plenty of stuff to do, but these amenities you won't see anywhere else because you've got to get into this building and experience this for yourself if you value this type of living. So this is cool. I would love this. My kids would love this. I think it's well worth it. In a lot of these condo buildings, one of the nice amenities that you get is covered parking. So while this isn't indoor parking, you can see that each of these spaces has their own assigned unit. So The unit that we're showing actually comes with 2 parking spaces. So that comes with the unit, it conveys with the unit, and they're free for you or any guests of yours to use. And when it's freezing cold outside, you're gonna want to have something like this. So one of the things that you're gonna have to get used to, again, living in a condo, is elevators and everything, so common areas. But this is a sweet condo with a crazy view. So we're gonna walk to it right now. It's on the market right now, and they just went through a price drop, so maybe they might be negotiable to offers. So let's go check it out. I'm not gonna show you the view until the very end though. Like I told you, you saw the amenities already, but we're gonna see the view at the very end. So now that we've seen all the amenities that this condo comes in, we're finally inside the unit, and I've been teasing you about this incredible view that I can see, but you can't see. So stick around, I'm gonna show you the view, don't worry about it. It's gonna be worth the payoff. But first, as you come in, this condo is done up pretty nice. May not be your style, but this wallpaper, I think it's this wallpaper. Yep, this is wallpaper. This wallpaper is pretty nice, very new. This kitchen is really big for a condo. I mean, you're gonna be paying, you know, this is gonna be kind of an expensive condo, so you're gonna be paying a lot, but this kitchen is beautiful. You've got these wood accented cabinets, soft close everything, big sink, nice granite countertops, your fridge over here, plenty of cabinet space, as you can see. And then over here, you know, can't be a condo without a good alcohol space. This is where you would keep all your wine, all your liquor. I'm not really familiar with like liquor stuff, so I think whiskey, you know, Grey Goose, I don't know. Not super familiar with that. Allergic to alcohol, so that's why I don't drink. Don't have anything against it. But then you come through here, you also have a very large pantry to keep all your stuff. This is a nice touch, this door. Solid wood, nice and heavy. Really nice. These slide out for your Fritos. I don't know who eats Fritos, but if you want Fritos, you can keep your Fritos there. And then come with me over here before I show you this view. This is the entrance of the condo. Here you have a nice toilet, matching wallpaper, nice and modern. And come over here, you've got a really large bedroom, 2 bedrooms in this one. And because this is a condo, this doesn't need egress. I mean, we're on the 20th floor, so you're not gonna, I mean, the only egress that you're gonna have is, you know, down to the ground, and you won't be alive to see it, right? So you don't need egress here. I'll tell you what, I like bedrooms where you have complete darkness. If you turn off all the lights in here, you're not gonna have any outside light. That's really nice. And then you do have in-suite bathroom, tub, of course, your sink, and then a walk-in closet with laundry in the closet, which I think is pretty cool. Now, all of this comes in this condo. This is like one of those washer dryer combos. I was like, dude, where is, first time I was showing this, I was like, where is the dryer? And one of my clients was like, dude, they make these things, it's like all in one. They wash and dry. And I was like, what is this sorcery? I've never heard of that before, but apparently they do. So it's nice because you can take off your clothes, throw them in there, put on new clothes. You never have to leave your closet. Apparently this is where the detergent goes. Sorry, you're not here for this, but I think this is pretty cool. Maybe you already knew about it and you're like, duh, I've already seen that before, but I haven't, okay? So get off my back. Let's go into the main area again. As we go into this main living area, of course, it's attached to the kitchen. And again, I'm keeping you facing this way for as long as possible because I don't want to spoil the surprise of the incredible view, but you can kind of see it a little bit in the mirror. But this is a ton of living space, pretty big for a condo. Of course, you have your area for a very, very large TV. And then look up, look at the lighting in this area. I mean, you have these coffered ceilings, you have these really fancy lights, I would say. So that's really cool. Now come inside here, and this smaller bedroom is, I mean, it has some light because it does have a window that I'll show you with that same incredible view, and it has a suite bathroom. So come in here. This bathroom is completely redone. Granite, marble everywhere, rainfall shower head, which is super nice. I love that. And then come over here and you can see, come in here. And then you can see that if you close this, you have these slide out drawers for all your shampoo and hair products. I have one hair product, gel, and it would sit right here, just like that. And then I would probably never use it like 6 out of 7 days. And then I'd put it away. And then I have also my, cologne sitting right next to it, and I would never use it. And that's just how I do it, but maybe you have tons of hair products that you would use. I know Emily has her exfoliating wash and all that jazz. I don't know what she uses to keep herself beautiful, but it works because she is beautiful. And you've got this rainfall shower head, which I think would be really cool to, you know, you're in a downtown condo in your swanky, cool rainfall shower head. Look at this, the hot and colds are buttons. That's really neat. Like that a lot. Come over here and you'll see a walk-in closet with, and you see these in kind of like the newer builds, with these kind of systems where you can pull it down, hang all your clothes, and then push it back up to get it out of the way. I would hang all 6 of my shirts right there, and that would be enough for me. I've teased you enough, let's go check out the view. You've got the same incredible view from the bedroom as you do from the main room, so come in here and you're gonna see this is the view that you would have if you lived here. I mean, isn't this incredible? You can see Power and Light. In fact, if you look right down there, you can see the sign for Kansas City Power and Light right past this skyscraper right there. You can see that one church that we were talking about from the other condo building. You can see the Missouri River. Everything is at your fingertips if you lived right here. So not only all the amenities, the gym, the doorman, the primo location, you have this view. So you just imagine waking up and letting the city inspire you. You know, it's just like that one scene from The Office where Michael Scott's looking over the city and he's like, the city. Like that's what I feel like right now when you're like looking over and you're like, wow, this is pretty incredible, right? So I love this. How much would you think this condo would be sold for? I'll let you guess. So this condo on the market right now for $560,000. It is available. Give us a call, 816-4MOVE-KC. We can talk you through all the nuances and all the questions to ask if you're considering living in a condo like this. One thing, if you don't call us, you know, you might be on your own because a team member just found out that the Western Auto lofts where you have that big iconic Western Auto sign, some of the condos are being assessed upwards of $60,000. So that's right, an assessment of $60,000 that you as a condo owner would have to pay. You're gonna wanna know what's on the horizon, you're gonna wanna ask the right questions, and we can help you do that, 816-4MOVE-KC. So we are outside the T-Mobile Center, and this is Kansas City's like most famous, probably most iconic venue. Comedians come here, the NCAA Final Four, like one, you know, branch of the tournament is typically played here. I've seen college basketball games here before. We saw a couple concerts here. I don't even remember. We've come here down 4 or 5 times already. Next to it is the College Basketball Hall of Fame. I was told to hold off on that until my kids are a little bit older and more interested in college basketball to take them down there. But that is the College Basketball Hall of Fame. We're right in Kansas City Power and Light, and we're gonna go check out Kansas City Live, which is probably the best place to catch like a Chiefs game or a Royals game or something like that. Let's go in there. This is Kansas City Live, right in the heart of Power and Light. And this is probably the best place to catch a game if you're a Chiefs fan or a Royals fan. You have all these different places to eat, so you can choose whatever you want to eat. And then I'm sure like during like the Super Bowl, this is insane. During playoffs, this is crazy. During the Royals playoff run, you can catch games here. This is a sweet place to come for really any type of sporting event, and especially when the weather's not so hot. This is a cool place just to hang out. Plenty of things to do, plenty of places to eat, and plenty of areas to explore. We are in Kansas City's West Side neighborhood where actually we started this video at. We started this video at a house right down the street with an incredible balcony, with an incredible view, and if you stick around to the end, we're gonna see every square inch of that insane house. But this is the West Side neighborhood, and the reason I wanted to show you this is because you have this perfect dichotomy of exactly what is happening in the West Side right now. Look over there, you've got an old home, probably built in the 1920s, this beautiful, cute little home here. And then if you scroll over right next to it, you can see these massive new constructions that were built in the past 5 years. This one's being built right now. This neighborhood is so desirable because you have the suburb feel. Like if you look down this street, you could say, hey, this was in somewhere in, you know, Lee Summit or something like that, right? You have this suburb feel, but you are minutes, like literally minutes, 5 minutes away from downtown. You want to go to the T-Mobile Center, watch a show, that's 5 minutes. You want to go down to Union Station, take your kids to Science City, which we always do all the time, that's about 7 minutes. Super close to everything. And then some of these West Side houses, like the one that we started at, have an incredible view of downtown. The skyline is amazing. I would love to see them at night. Come back here when everything's all lit up, especially on a cool, you know, no breeze day. It's gonna be perfect. I love the city. I love the metro area. I love downtown. This would be ideal living for us, but it might be for you too. 816-4MOVE-KC will help you pinpoint exactly where you want to be, but West Side is such a cool area. So don't hesitate to reach out if you want to live in Kansas City's West Side or anywhere else that you see in this video, because we're gonna see a lot more cool properties all over downtown. We are back in this incredible West Side brand new house in Kansas City's downtown. This is a house that I see and I'm kind of like, man, I kind of rethink about, dude, do I want to live out here? Do I want to move out here? Because this house is awesome. One of the sweetest houses that I've ever filmed in a video and even just toured in general, because as you get in, not only is this house pretty new, it's only a couple years old. As you come in, it's massive. It's got a lot of sweet features like this office space that you got these sweet lights, this dark blue. I don't know if it does it for you, but this color actually does it for me. I'll tell you the one problem with this house that I would have is my wife would hate it. I would love it. I think this aesthetic is so cool. I love these large casement windows that give you a view to the rest of the West Side. Now, we've talked a little bit about the West Side before, but again, a lot of these houses are rebuilt versions of like these houses across the street. So you can see some of the older builds that were here. A lot of people are just buying these, and then we saw like one earlier in the video, a lot of people are just buying these, completely raising them, and then putting these awesome new houses here. So this actually has a little closet door for you to enjoy while you're using your office here. And what it flows into is one of my favorite parts of the house is the main kind of living area here. So it's surprisingly big for such a narrow house, and it's really great use of space. I'm going to talk about that chandelier in a little bit, but as you come into here, you can notice you've got a dedicated dining area. Now, if you like this light fixture, whether you don't, you can obviously change those out afterwards, but honestly, everything this house, I think this house is well put together, well designed. And then you've got plenty of counter space here. Got a large, really large sink, and then cabinet doors galore, all soft close. Actually, this is a fridge. I didn't even know that, okay? I didn't even know where the fridge was, but it's hidden right here. So you can see very high-end fridge with a freezer drawer down here. And then right next to it, which is why I didn't even know this was a fridge, is pantry space, more space up here, more space up here, plenty of storage for these homes. And the main critique with this home that a lot of people have is that it's too narrow, there's not enough storage, but you've got plenty of storage on this side. Now, if you come here, you have these beautiful, I think these are marble countertops, definitely for sure. And then you've got even more space over here. So if you needed more room, come over here and you can see as you walk past the gas burning stove, you have all of these beautiful cabinets, this deep kind of dark black/blue. And then you've got this reflective under cabinet lighting. I like that, really classy, really cool. You've got this, this is the microwave down here. So a lot of neat features of this home. You're gonna wanna see this side too, because you have plenty of storage. This is kind of a hidden kind of pantry side that's not open to the rest of it. So if you have anything that's perishable, that stuff can go, or imperishables like, you know, pasta and stuff, that's where I would put them. And then of course, this all ties into your large living area where you can enjoy the game. This is I don't know if this comes with the home or not, but this is like, well, I think it's one of those Samsung TVs that's made to look like art when it's on. And then you've got these large, beautiful doors that open to 3 balcony spaces. So not only do you have this balcony space, you have 2 above me, and then as we'll work our way up to the top of the house where we started this video, and I'll show you again that incredible view, and then I'll also tell you the price. But this house on the market right now, and it is surprisingly affordable, I think, for what you're getting, and for this incredible view that you're getting, I think it's actually a steal. But if you open these doors, you can see how wide they open. Now, it's not a great day to do this because it is such a hot day today, but if you wanted to, during our beautiful springs and falls, this would be an awesome place to have a transition between cooking and then hosting out here, maybe grilling on this deck. I mean, this is all new stuff too. These doors are high quality, they're beautiful, they're gonna function for a long time, especially if you take care of them. And then you have a walkway out to your garage that is right on your property. So parking might be an issue sometimes in the West Side, but then you can come around this alleyway and pull into parking. And then if it's cold or you get inclement weather, you can walk right in here to your beautiful living room. Let's go downstairs first, and then we're gonna take you all the way up to that incredible balcony where we saw earlier in the video. As we head downstairs, you're gonna see the rest of this house. This chandelier, I don't know if you can even call it a chandelier, it's a light fixture that is central to the home, and it goes all the way up and all the way down. Wait till you see some of the views that you get all the way at the bottom and all the way at the top. At the top, it's actually kind of scary. When you look down, you look over, and you kind of think that you're, I don't know, it doesn't feel like you're in a house. But down here, You've got a couple of storage areas, a couple of places, but if you stand right beneath this and you look up, I mean, it's a pretty crazy, insane view of how tall this house is and why it's so big, even though it's such a small footprint. Now, as we come in here, this is an unfinished area where you can use this, of course, for storage. Of course, it's got some of the original paint. It's got plenty of room for anything that you could possibly need. And then it ties into here. Now, you could finish this out if you wanted to. I'd probably recommend that you don't. I mean, I think there's another area over there that you can finish out that would be much more advantageous to do so, because you have your heating and cooling components here. And again, this house is only a few years old, so those components are only a few years old. Should last you, hopefully, another at least 10 years if you take care of them and if you service them. So as we come over here, across the way, this is a place that I would finish out if you wanted to. They're using this right now as a home gym, but of course, if you finish the walls, you frame them in, you even have some audio capabilities here so as you work out, or if you wanted this as a second living room slash second sitting room. Over here is the sump pump, and then you can even walk out to the back deck. Although I don't know, honestly, when you would ever really use this area, given the other 3 areas that you can enjoy outside. But if you wanted something a little bit more private where nobody could really see you, this would be the place to do it. I guess if you, I don't know, maybe if you wanted a place for, I was even gonna say like for kids to ride their bikes, but this is too small for even that. So this could be a place to barbecue if you wanted to as well. And then of course, you've got more storage down over here. And this is the backside of that furnace and blower, and you can see the water heater over there. So you could frame this place out, and this could be a great area, extra living space. Let's go upstairs 1 level to the bedroom level. So as we head upstairs, the one thing that you may not like about this house is how many stairs there are. It truly is way, way taller than it is wide. But to utilize this space, I mean, if it was just 1 floor or 2 floors, it would be actually a pretty narrow footprint. But as we come up here, you can just kind of see the expansiveness of this home. Whole different level with more living areas, laundry on this level, which I think is a great plus. You've got your linens closet right in the middle. And then wait till you see the primary suite. But before we get there, these classy bathrooms here, you've got really nice big tile. I'm not a super huge fan of tile in bathrooms. If I do get them though, I want them to be like these types of big tiles because I think it just looks so much better. And then you got rainfall shower head. Of course, you got your toilet, you've got your sink. Here we go, we're reaching the first of our bedrooms. Again, primary for a little bit later, but these 2 bedrooms facing the front not only give you a great view of Kansas City's west side, but also give you ample space for guests or for children. Whenever I see a house like this, I'm like, man, could my family live here? And while it wouldn't be super ideal because I would have 1 or 2 of them falling down the stairs, maybe every other month or something like that, this would be a cool place. I mean, there's plenty of room for us to grow and to expand, and for a big room like this, in the west side, this is pretty good. Then you can see the second one here. We like to host, we like to have guests, so this would probably be a guest bedroom, just somewhere where that somebody can stay for a short time. In fact, even in our house right now, it's a 4-bed. We even have had clients stay a night or 2 if they needed a place before their home closed. You got a big closet here that goes all the way through, which is pretty cool. You got this all the way through. So it's kind of like 2 closets, but this would probably be a kid's bedroom with my oldest 2 boys. And then if you come down here, what I like about this is that this door pretty much shuts off the master suite. So this would be closed, and then everything back here would be the master suite. So first you have a nice, generously sized walk-in closet. It's not as big as some walk-in closets that we see, especially for this price point. Remember, stick around until the very end, and I'll tell you how much this house is gonna cost in Kansas City's west side neighborhood. But you've got under cabinet lighting, which I always think, man, it just really creates a good, a really fancy illusion, or a really fancy touch. You got under cabinet lighting and over cabinet lighting. Makes it look really nice. You've got soft closed drawers that give you all your stuff to put your watches, your ties. Probably not big enough for shoes, maybe big enough for shoes. But I don't have that many clothes. In fact, I just got this shirt for Father's Day. So this is like shirt number 8 that I have, but I don't need much. My wife would use a lot more of this, but she's not like crazy or anything. So this is a sweet plus. And then as we come through here, you've got toilet which is kind of unique because it's separated from the rest of the bedroom, or rest of the bathroom, I should say. And then on this side, you have a generous, very large bathroom. In fact, this is bigger than some bedrooms in Kansas City. You have two sinks, two vanities. Pretty unique kind of operating system here with the faucets and everything. Very modern, very avant-garde, as they would say. You can see the pendant lights, and then you've got, I love these are cool. It's kind of a walk-in shower slash bath combo, so somebody could be taking a bath while somebody's taking a shower, or vice versa. I think this is cool. I would shower here every day. My wife would take a bath. This is a nice, generously sized tub. You've got plenty of open light and windows, but nobody who can really see directly in. I mean, really, you can see right through this window. You have a really sweet view of the Liberty Memorial and World War I Museum. In front of that is Kansas City's Union Station. So you can see you are in the heart of everything right here in the west side. In fact, in the west side, you're a little bit higher than downtown, which is why you have these incredible views. The west side is on a slope, and you can see the slope kind of running this way. But a lot of these newer homes are just being torn, like I said before, being torn down and rebuilt. You can see that one with a sweet rooftop patio. I've shown a couple of these homes. I've had clients really interested in this area, and this is a sweet area to live. I would personally pick it because I like urban living and I like being right near downtown. So this would be my wife's closet. Walk-in, generously sized. Under cabinet lights, as it were, too. Soft closed drawers. Plenty of room for all her dresses. In fact, my wife probably couldn't fill this closet herself. This would probably be big enough for the two of us, but again, we're not the ones buying this house. Maybe you are. If you want to buy this house, 816-4-MOVE-KC. It's on the market right now, but you got to call fast because a house like this, it's not going to last a super long time on the market. Now, it is in a price point that it will last a little bit. It'll take the right person, and maybe you're that person. If you want to live in downtown, you want to live in a luxury home, you want to live in a newer build, you want an awesome view of downtown, as we're going to see as we get upstairs, this could be the home for you. So 816-4-MOVE-KC, call us, text us, email us, we'll get back to you. Come back here, we haven't even seen the primary suite yet. And in here, you have just a really ample sized primary suite. What I like about this too is that it's very simple. There's no closets, there's no nothing. I mean, there's just this big room, big door, I should say, and big view. You can go outside on the balcony right when you wake up, open these blackout curtains, have an awesome view of downtown, have an awesome view of Union Station and the World War I Museum and Memorial. This is super cool. I would put the bed right here. I'd get out, I'd have my coffee outside, and like I said, everything else is through this way. So if you close this off, basically it's a very minimalistic room. There's nothing else here. I really like that. I think sometimes master bedrooms for us, just for sleep, just for rest, I don't really want too much in it. So let's go outside, let's see the second balcony, and then see the second view in which you get up off of your primary suite. So with the primary suite, it's not as good of a view as you would have at the very top. Again, stick around, we're gonna get back there, but you can see you've got your garage, you've got the rest of these builds. There's 3 of these actually right next to each other with the same kind of layout, same builder. And then over here, you get a really good view of what I was telling you before of the World War I Museum and Memorial. And then you look that way, you can see the Kauffman Center, you can see City Hall, you can see the Bortle sky structures. There's everything there. 1 light, 2 light is all laid out for you right there. Kansas City Power and Light, you can't really see the T-Mobile Center. Oh, you might be able to see a little glimpse of the T-Mobile Center, but everything that you could possibly want downtown, right at the tip of your fingertips. Probably take you 5 minutes to get right into downtown, which is a cool thing in my book. But again, it's gonna be kind of pricey, so stick around for the price and I'll tell you how much it's gonna cost. Upstairs, now when we get up here, even though the air is going, it's very warm up here. So this is, I think they count this as the 4th bedroom, but it's still very warm. I would have another way to cool this here, and you know what, maybe we'll look around and maybe we'll find something, because this is kind of my first time through this house. Now, as we come through here, you've got a full bathroom, shower, toilet, sink, and then over here, you've got a closet. Actually, there is a separate heating and cooling system up here. This probably is an upper level, and then you've got the one downstairs with the lower level. It's nice and new, so there's probably a separate zone up here that's just not on, that we didn't notice as we were coming through this house, and a wet bar up here. So what I would do up here, honestly, this would be probably my kids' play area. The only thing that would make me really nervous is take a look at this view down here. So these chandeliers are all like these fiber optic cables hanging down. And if you look down, I mean, that is a crazy drop all the way down. I don't feel super comfortable even just like looking down here. And I don't know if I feel super comfortable having my kids just play down here. I mean, at least if they fell off this, it'd be kind of a short fall. But as we go outside, what we can see is one of the most incredible views. The thing that would make this view better is if this tree was gone and you could see everything behind here. Because I think, if I'm about right, the Western Auto sign is right about here, but imagine this view at night. It's super awesome, super cool. And then you have a bunch of neighbors that have all their stuff out here too. So as you enjoy the coolness of the Kansas City summers or the Kansas City fall, I mean, just imagine watching these leaves turn completely orange and brown and everything. And then imagine during the spring when it's nice and cool out here that you can see the leaves coming back in. So super sweet home. You stuck around to the end. I'm gonna tell you the price of it right now. This home is on the market right now for $1.275 million. So just over $1 million will get you all of this in one of the coolest neighborhoods in all of Kansas City. Now you can live right near, like I said, a major metropolitan area for just over $1 million. Where I'm from in California, that is completely unheard of. You can't get anything like this for nearly that much. So if you like it, give us a call. If you don't, then keep on watching because we got another area that we can go to right here.